Hi everyone, welcome back. This is Crazy Bat Lady. So with the release of Yunjin, we've had a lot of different ways to play some of our favorite characters. A lot of characters just feel like they've gotten a straight up buff from her performance because of how much more damage you get off of your normal attacks while using her. One of those characters that benefits highly from Yunjin is Fischl. Fischl is one of my favorite characters in the game, and I want to show you how much better Fischl can be with the use of Yunjin. Now here's the first build I want to show using a 4-piece Pale Flame. I'm going to be using Refinement 5 Middernox Waltz, and while this build does not have a very high attack stat, it makes up for it by having a very high physical damage bonus, especially when you factor in the 4-piece Pale Flame bonus. I'm going to be comparing two supports, Yunjin and Bennett. My Yunjin has a lot of energy recharge, and this isn't the normal build I'd be using, but Favonius Lance is a great weapon for her if you lack the energy recharge. Now, I've got a 4-piece Husk set, all defense, and I have her at Constellation 2. Her Constellation 2 is incredibly strong. It gives a 15% normal attack bonus. And her talent level is at level 9. Now here's my Bennett. Bennett has also a ton of energy recharge and is running the Aquila Favonia for the high base attack. Also the 4-piece Noblesse, because of course. And he's at Constellation 5. Talent level being at level 12. So let's see who performs better between the two of these. Starting with Bennett. Going to be using Superconduct as well. And the final hit of Fischl's combo is dealing 21,897. So that's not too bad. Now let's take a look at Yunjin. The same setup as before. Now her damage is a bit higher at 22,743 for the last hit. And that's before factoring in that you can use Geo Resonance using Yunjin. And once you have two Geo characters, she's going to be hitting at a whopping 26,289 at the end of her combo, and just generally having a higher damage output. And that is something that you cannot achieve using Bennett. So I would definitely say between the two of them, Yunjin is better for Fischl. You could of course use both. And you do want a good bit of energy recharge on Yunjin. I have about 183%. And her best weapon, in my opinion, is the Deathmatch, because it is the only polearm in the game that can give defense. Of course, if you don't have this, run an energy recharge weapon. Let's test this out in a domain. As you can see, that's working pretty well. Really high damage. Of course, this is a controlled environment, but I wish I could have tried this out in the last event. Now here is the second build, the one that I would probably recommend to you the most. It's going to have a little bit less physical, also using the Middernox Waltz Refinement 5. But if you don't have this, the Rust works just fine. You can also use the Black Cliff bow. That one is fine as well. And of course, there are the Skyward Harp or Amos bow. Skyward Harp has the crit if you need it. I do not recommend using Hamayumi, as it's just basically a worse version of the Rust for Fischl. If you're going to craft one of the weapons, I recommend crafting the Compound bow, as it gives attack speed and physical damage bonus. As for the artifacts, I have 2-piece Gladiator and 2-piece Electro Fury, which is my normal build for her, except for the Goblet is switched out for an attack percentage rather than electro damage. Now let's see how this performs. You get the best of both worlds when you build her this way. Her physical damage is Actually, surprisingly not that less than with the 4-piece Pale Flame. Only a couple thousand. And it makes up for it with the Oz damage. And here's a comparison of all the electro damage that you get using this build. Now the last hit does 22,622 as compared to 25,028, but this more than compensates for the last loss of physical damage from the electro damage that you get from Oz. And this is the build I would definitely recommend between the two, but you can run whichever you like, whichever you have the better artifacts for. Another great set for Fischl is a 4-piece Shimenawa. I do not have a good 4-piece Shimenawa, but that is a very viable set to run. So I hope you found this helpful or interesting. I'm definitely impressed with Yunjin. I'll probably make more videos showing who she works best with, and would I say that Fischl is a good DPS for floor 12? Still not currently, not in this current Abyss, because everything has very high physical resistance, and her major drawback being that she is single target. But whatever you are hitting is going to have a really bad day. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you around. Bye.